Guys, hello and welcome back to Loving Life Freely here on YouTube, where we discuss eating healthy lifestyles and the Bible and being godly women and wives and all the good stuff. Some of you may know me as a reseller, which I still do. In fact, I just finished working on some business and thought I would take an opportunity to sit down and have a chat with y'all about it. My eating lifestyle for the past, I cannot believe it's been a month already. Guys, I cannot believe this summer is almost here already. If you don't know yet and you haven't gone back and watched it yet, I've got a couple of videos already about eating carnivore, which is basically literally animal-based products only. So I'm not eating any sugars, any sweets, any fruits or vegetables right now. I've eliminated all that to kind of just do a reset on my body, just eat meat, and I'm going to tell you if I'm enjoying it, whether or not I'm going to continue, what I've noticed about it, and we're just going to dive right in and talk about this. This is not something I expected myself to do, because I've always thought that carnivore was very, very restrictive, that you didn't have a lot of options for food, and I've always thought that it was kind of like maybe not something that was good and healthy to do. After doing a lot of research, carnivore is very similar to keto. The only difference is you're basically eating mostly pretty much animal-based products. Ketovore is when you add in certain fruits and vegetables. Just certain fruits and vegetables, not all of them. It's a very low-carb eating program or eating lifestyle, and then there's what they call, what's it called? It's not meat eater. What's it called? There's another term where they literally just eat steak, like just beef and steak and things like that. They don't eat a lot of even eggs or anything like that. There's another term for that. I can't remember it right off the top of my head. I may put it across the screen for y'all so you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I decided to do this for a few different reasons. One, I have gained some weight over the past years, and now that my body is in a different season of life, I have been gaining weight, and when I looked at the scale and saw 200 pounds, it made me very nervous. Some of us other women, whether you are still in the stages of having kids or in a season of life where your body has gone through changes and it's a new season for you, when you hit a mark on the scale that concerns you, it causes you to pause and stop and think. Now, I was going up in scale, but when I hit 200, that really struck me. It really, really struck me hard. I've never been 200 pounds. I've never even been 190 pounds not pregnant. And up until about 4 years ago, my base weight, after having all my kids over the past 30, well, my youngest is 22 now. So for the past 22 years after having all my kids, I have stayed at a pretty basic weight of between 160 and 165, somewhere in there. And then again, about 4 years ago, when we moved and all the changes in my life and then coming out here, I had a more, not sedentary lifestyle, but I sit a lot more than I used to. I started noticing the weight gain. So I made some changes when I hit the 200 pounds. I'm like, okay, we've got to make some changes. And this was something I was thinking about even before I hit 200 pounds. I was just trying to figure out what it would work for my body, because I've done keto. I've tried that, but I also wasn't just doing strict keto, guys. I was adding a lot of the, should I say, allowing a lot of the cookies, sometimes cakes, every blue moon on ice cream or something like that. I was allowing things that I should not have been allowing. So that is one of the reasons why even when I was eating meat, fruits, and vegetables, I was still gaining weight, because I was still allowing a lot of the carbs and a lot of the sweets, high fructose corn syrups, all those oils and all that. I was eating a lot of that stuff that I should not have been eating. So my weight was going up because of it. Okay. Adjusting to an animal-based lifestyle. Honestly, the biggest thing for me was not thinking about a vegetable for dinner time. And yeah, not thinking about snacks on Fridays, because I think I shared with you one of my first videos. My brain is so accustomed to snacks on the weekends, not so much during the week. I really kind of flushed through that. But Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, I was always thinking, okay, let's just have a snack. It's the weekend. And I got that because of my growing up, my bringing up, okay? It's this conditional thing that was in my brain that even if I didn't plan on getting something for snack time because I was trying to eliminate that process, every time I went to the grocery store and there was a snack aisle with the cookies and all that stuff, the fudges and the brownies and all that stuff, I had no intention when I went into the store to buy anything, but as soon as I got down the aisle, it was literally pulling me in. I cannot explain it, but it was pulling me in. I'd always end up grabbing something. I used to do a lot of brownies, but then I cut back to what are they called? Oatmeal raisin cookies and peanut butter cookies are some of my husband and I's favorites. He really enjoys the oatmeal raisins, so I'd pick up a container of those, go home with them, tell myself I'll only eat 1 or 2, and then I'd be eating 3 or 4 or more, which I shouldn't have been eating to begin with. So it was always a real big pull for me. So now, the past 3 weeks, you already know what happened the first week, because I already did a video on that. If you haven't seen the first week, feel free to go back and watch that. It was the week of my birthday. I do explain all that and how that went. Since then, I have not had any sweets whatsoever. I've even cut back the stevia in my coffee. Okay? Adjusting to eating this way hasn't been as big of a deal as I thought it would be. Not just the sweets, but not eating vegetables. Now, I still do some vegetables for my husband because he eats the meat with me. And our other family member that is living with us, he also eats with us. So I'm still making the meat for them. It may be a different meat for my husband because he really enjoys chicken more than I do. But I sometimes add a vegetable for him too. I am not eating the vegetable. Like last night, I made something for my son and my husband. They had some chicken, I had some steak. And then I put some broccoli with their chicken. I don't mind chicken, but I really prefer beef over chicken. So, and the chicken has to be cooked a certain way for me to really enjoy it. So, I'm still making a vegetable for them once in a while, but I did not eat the vegetable. I made them some broccoli and did not eat the broccoli. Now, when my husband and I go to the store to get our supplies for our food for the week, he has been buying like some peanut butter cookies and things like that. I have not had one cookie. And honestly, I have not been drawn to them, which has been great. Now when I go to the grocery store, like I was at the grocery store with my son today, getting some supplies for both of us, I go down the aisle because I have to pass the aisle to get to the fruit and different things like that for my son and my husband. I have not been drawn to the cookies, you guys. I go right through it. It's not a big problem. I don't go, oh my gosh, get me away from there. It hasn't been a problem, which I am so grateful for. I have no pull to it. But I have to say this though, not just because I'm not craving them, I do still kind of think about cravings like that. My biggest thing was dark chocolate, like the chocolate mint and things like that. I honestly haven't even been thinking about that. I don't know why, but my brain has not been thinking about dark chocolate or dark chocolate mint. So even when I go down the aisle, I've not been having a pull to it. I've not been thinking about it. Honestly, my brain's been so focused on the foods that I've been enjoying eating for the past month. I'm thinking about how I'm going to prepare my next meal with my meat and all that sort of thing, which I'll share with you. My tastes have definitely changed, you guys. I eat grass-fed butter. And I was eating grass-fed butter even before I made this change. And now after a lot of videos and understanding that women need healthy fats even more so when they're in a new season of life, you need when you're younger, but if you're older than 40, healthy fats are really imperative for gut health and for brain health for women. So I love meat, but I don't really enjoy the gristle and the fat on meat. So they say if you don't enjoy the gristle and the fat on meat, add a fat to the meat. And what a lot of women do is they'll take grass-fed butter and they'll put it with the meat that they're eating, and they'll eat it with the meat, so they're still getting a good quality fat with their meat. Because I don't really enjoy the gristle and the fat on the meat, I'll cut that part off, give it to my dog, which is really good for her. And then I've been eating grass-fed butter. Now at first when I started eating grass-fed butter, I used to put it with foods, but I never ate it by itself. And I've actually been enjoying eating grass-fed butter by itself. Now I'm not sitting eating like a bar of butter, okay? I know some people do that. I'm nowhere near that point. Whether I'll even do that, it's really good fats for you guys though. So what I've been doing with my meals is, like my patties for lunch and my steaks, I'll take a couple, 2 or 3 slices of that butter. I'll cut it in little strips, and then I'll take a little strip of that butter and put it with the meat, and I'll eat it. Oh my gosh, it is so, so good. I have been getting really adjusted to that flavor, because on my meat, I'll put some salt, maybe a little bit of seasoning up, but for sure at least some salt on the meat. No ketchup, no mayo, no mustard, nothing like that. Just salt. And then I put the butter on top of the meat and then I eat it. And it has been so good. Okay, so my tastes have changed a little bit and they're continuing to do so. Mindset on meat instead of snacks. Like I just talked about, going down the grocery aisle, I'm not even pulled to the snacks. When my husband has cookies in the cupboard, I used to have a problem. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't think about him. I shouldn't think about him. When I go down the grocery aisle, I'm not even thinking about it. My thing is, I'm thinking about what meat I'm enjoying eating and what can I get, what do I want to do for that week. And then when he has stuff in the cupboard, even looking at it, it's not as much of a pull for me. I think honestly, the other aspect of it for you guys is knowing that I've had no seed oils, knowing that I've had no sugars or anything like that for going on almost 4 weeks now. I don't want to break my streak. I've done so well for the past 3.5 weeks now. I don't want to break my streak. I want to keep going. I've had no seed oils, no chips, nothing like that. The seed oils are also in the cookies. I don't want any of that. I don't want the sugars, the preservatives, or anything like that that's in those cookies. I've gone 3.5 weeks now with none of that stuff, and I don't want to break my streak. So I'm more motivated to say no to those things because I don't want to break my streak. I know how good I feel and I don't want a headache from the sugar either. So I'm even more motivated to not eat it because I don't want a headache and I don't want to break my streak of eating good. Okay, main foods to pick. So now that I've been doing this for a month, I am learning meats that I enjoy. Now, in one of my other videos, I did mention too that I was eating cheese. Y'all know that we buy cheese from Mesure. It's in my previous videos. The cheese from Mesure is so good. It's from grass-fed farms, and it just tastes so good. I can't even eat cheese from the grocery store anymore. I just can't. But I do want to only eat cheese maybe as a dessert or something instead of having it like on a daily basis. I'd rather have the fats as my butter with my foods. I did not eat any cheese yesterday. I have not had any cheese today. Instead of doing that, I did some hard-boiled eggs, and that was my snack. So I'm trying to get to the point where I know what I'm eating for each meal, and I'll kind of share with you. In the morning for breakfast, we always have eggs. Each of us, Dan and I usually eat 4 eggs, and then I put a nice thick stick of butter on top of the eggs, blend it in so I get some extra fats in there. Weekends we usually do eggs with bacon, so yummy. And then for lunch, I've been eating typically 3 beef patties. We've been buying beef patties bulk in the box, and I've been pulling those out. I was normally just cooking them in the oven, but now that we're getting really nice weather, I've been grilling them. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's nothing like a grilled beef patty. It's just so good. And then I take some slices of the butter, and I put it with my meat. So when I'm cutting, like today, I actually put it over the meat patty. I took 3 slices of butter because I had 3 patties, and I put the butter right on top of the patty, and then I cut the patty up into slices with the butter melted on it. It was so good. And then I put some seasoning and some salt on it. It was fantastic. Now I'm doing 3 patties right now. I may do 4 eventually because I am adjusting to eating just meat only, so I'm trying to make sure that what I have on my plate is satiating enough for me. And then usually my dinner is either like, since I've been doing beef patties for lunch every day, and no, it doesn't get tiring. It's so good. I haven't gotten tired of it yet. I usually eat like a steak or part of a steak, because when I buy steaks, they're usually pretty good size. I can cut that steak in half and eat half of that steak for my dinner. So what I might do is have either like the next half of that steak for lunch the next day, or do my patties again and then have that other half of that steak the next day for dinner. So if I have a nice big steak, that's 2 meals for me. So I'll eat patties for lunch, and then the rest, like I have a steak in there, I'll probably have that steak. Actually, we have pork chops tonight, so I may do the pork chops for my husband and son, and I may just go and do the steak myself. I did the pork chops tonight because we have pork chops out there, but my husband and I aren't really big on the pork chops. but I wanted to make sure we didn't waste the pork chop, so I may have that with them, or I may just go ahead and just do the other steak tonight. You guys, when you eat this way, you're not spending nearly as much money when you're grocery shopping. I literally already know, even with my husband, what we're going to be eating for our meals. I go right towards the meat department. Since I already have cheese and I don't have to worry about cheese. And my husband doesn't really eat a lot of extra stuff besides maybe some fruits on the side and then vegetables maybe with his dinner periodically. And I already know what kind of vegetables he likes. So, you know, I kind of already have still some stock up of like frozen broccoli and things like that. And then if I want, I can get fresh zucchini from the store. I already know exactly what we eat. We eat eggs every day for breakfast and then sometimes for snacks. So when I go to the grocery store, I don't have to go up and down all the different aisles and everything. I go straight towards the meat, I get the eggs, and then whatever cheese he needs, if he wants a certain kind of cheese from the store, and then I already have my cheese from Azure, that's not even a problem. It does not take me long to get my groceries. Even locally here in our small grocery store, if I'm picking certain things up, I know right where everything is. I go straight for my eggs if I need to get more eggs. We've been getting bulk eggs at Walmart, but if I run low, I already know where my eggs are. I go get my butter from the store. It's right here local. I can also get it at Walmart. So I get my butter, and it's just, you don't have to worry about buying as much food. It's so nice. And we're not wasting a lot of food on just extra box stuff, packaged stuff, preservatives. Your meals are basic and simple. It's so nice. Alright, working on eating enough portion during my meals. So this is something like I kind of mentioned just a few minutes ago. I'm still figuring out what makes me content when I'm eating. I already know with my breakfast, 4 eggs is typically perfect for me. And then we add like a few slices of bacon on the weekends. It's so good. I wouldn't mind eating bacon every day with my eggs. I would be totally happy with that. But right now it's at least 4 eggs, and then on the weekends 4 eggs with bacon. My lunch right now is 3 beef patties. I may bump that up to 4 because every once in a while, about an hour or two after I've eaten lunch, I'm still kind of a little tiny bit hungry. So if I add an extra patty and make it 4 patties, I may be really good, and I may not even need the eggs as a snack in the afternoon. And then for dinner, I have no problem having enough on my plate. After dinner, I used to have like a snack afterwards, maybe like some Greek yogurt with blueberries or something like that. I'm not even doing that. We eat dinner typically around 5:15 when my husband gets home from work. We're usually done about 5:30. At that point, I'm done eating. I eat nothing else for the rest of the day until breakfast the next morning, which is usually around 6:30, 6:45. I eat nothing else. I may have some water in the evening after I eat. I usually have my electrolyte drink with my dinner if I haven't eaten it already in the earlier afternoon. And if I did, then I just have water with my dinner. So if I do have a drink with my dinner, I'll finish that, and then that's it. I don't eat anything. Even by then, I'm done by 6 o'clock, even if I have my water. I'm usually done with that by 6 o'clock. So it's a good 12 hours, 12 and a half hours of no food, nothing like that or anything like that, so no eating after dinner. I don't know if I'm going to continue this after the 90 days. I may add in some other vegetables to see how well my stomach handles it. I know for me, broccoli makes me bloated. I probably will not add broccoli back in my diet. I don't know if I'm going to go beyond the 90 days of adding some different things. I don't have a problem. I'm not sure if I'm going to add bananas. I don't mind bananas. Maybe some yogurt once in a while because it's really good for your gut. Or maybe even some sauerkraut, because I really do like sauerkraut, and that's also really good for your gut. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I'm going to give this a full 90 days and see how it goes. I'm actually honestly really enjoying this right now. It's been super easy on my body. I am, like I said, going to slim down on eating as much cheese again. That's probably going to be like a treat snack kind of thing. And then if I am hungry in the afternoon, I'll boil some hard-boiled eggs and do that. That's been great with some salt, and it's been yummy. So I'm looking forward to the next month. I still only lost 8 pounds, but I'm okay with that. I've been watching a lot of videos about this, and some people say that you're going to lose water weight originally in the very beginning. It's just a natural thing to lose water weight. But your body has to get conditioned to the smaller amounts of eating. And then a lot of people say, like some women, it takes 2 or 3 months after they lose the water weight for their bodies to adjust to this new way of lifestyle eating. And then when the body realizes that it doesn't have to hold on to weight or calories, and thinking that you're not eating enough, once it realizes that you've been eating this way for a while and it's sustaining you, it realizes, okay, yeah, we can let go of some of this extra weight, and you start to lose more and more weight. I think I'm going through that phase where my body's adjusting to the different kinds of foods that I'm eating, the portioning and all that, the times that I'm eating. And I think over the next weeks as I go, the next couple months, my body will adjust and acclimate to that, and I'll probably start losing more weight as we go along. Some women, after they lose the water weight, they start losing like a pound or two a week after that. In some other videos I've watched, the women, it was 2 or 3 months before they started really noticing more and more weight loss as their body adjusted to the foods and realizing, okay, yeah, this is keeping you steady and healthy, maintenance, and it's all good. We'll start going ahead and going through the fat calories that you're trying to burn. So I'm looking forward to that phase and starting to lose a bit more weight. Guys, I hope this was helpful. I'm going to continue to talk about this. I do feel good. I have been tired lately, guys, but it's not because of the way I'm eating. Right now, we are going through some pretty chaotic stuff in our house because a family member has been going through some medical stuff. Our son's had some medical stuff we've been dealing with. He's doing okay. He's doing better now. But we've had a lot of hospital stuff going on, a lot of it's been really busy. So between running my business, running my house, and taking care of him, it's been very, very tiring. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm really glad that I'm not eating all that other stuff, because I think I'd be even more tired than I am now. I think the fact that I changed and I'm eating so much better stuff now, I think that that's been definitely helping. And I'm definitely trying to drink more and more water. Our temperatures have been in the high 80s and low 90s for the last week. So, and normally we don't expect that until like late July, late August, is for temperatures to get up to the 90s. We've already been in the 90s. So it's been really warm here, so I'm definitely going to be working on drinking even more water. But I'm excited to see what the next month looks like. I will definitely keep you guys posted. For those of you who are here and enjoy the resale content, I've got some more of that coming. I've got some more biblical things coming. And guys, as far as even that goes too, I know not all of you know the Lord and follow the Lord. But another reason why I'm excited about doing this is because my body was not healthy, is not healthy. I'm in a slow process of healing from all the toxicity stuff that I've been eating. And I do believe that it's so important to take care of the only body that God gave us. And I felt for me that this was a good step for me to flush out all this other stuff and then decide after losing the weight that I should not have gained, getting back to maintenance mode, and then figuring out from there what my body runs on efficiently and effectively. If it's just meats and the dairies and things like that, or if I want to add some vegetables and things like that, I will figure that out down the road. But for right now, my body's just really enjoying this, and it feels really good. I am tired because of everything going on right now, but I feel good though. So anyway, guys, thank you again so much for joining me. Do feel free to give this a like, share it with somebody if you'd like to who is looking to be healthier and be healthier. Let me know if you are carnivore or if you are ketovore, and what kind of food you like to eat. I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are, good or bad. And guys, as always, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.